one of the things that I'm always asked about is Angela. I have no other way to put it than I'm always asked, so how's that going, that person, I know you got a personal assistant, how's that been, how's that going for you? Can you tell me a little bit of something about that, and do you like it, what's, what are the challenges? And so I'm going to tell you what I think is an epic story. End of June.
I got this random email from
early
you.
July, like the summer was gearing up. It was getting pretty serious. Like, in fact, July was one of the busiest Julys that we had had.
Yeah.
And I had contacted Angela, and the reason being is because I had a couple friends.
Yep.
Chris being one of them.
Yep.
Chad Paris being another. I had a few friends be like, man, like, listen to me. Like, I know you think you don't want to do this, but this is gonna save you some time. I'm always like, well, if I'm gonna spend the money on something, like, I should get another technician. Like, I always want to put the team's needs first. And they're all like, no, you don't understand. Like, by doing this for you, this is gonna give you more time and more flexibility to be with the team and help the team and do what the team needs. And so when things were crazy, I was like, and I was considering an assistant. I was like, man, if I could have the perfect assistant, what would that be? And I just started kind of listing things out, and the person that came to my mind was Angela. Okay, so Angela did our wedding, Shannon and my wedding, back in 2007.
Yeah.
So I've known Angela all of this time. I was like, oh my gosh, you'd be a perfect assistant. She's got the great personality. She's extremely organized. She knows how to get things done. And if she can handle Bridezillas, then like she can handle anything. And so I emailed Angela, listing some of that stuff out, and
Very specific.
said, I need you to find me somebody exactly like you to be my personal assistant.
Yeah.
Not even thinking that this was a possibility.
Right.
So you replied, well, let me meet with you and let me find out like more of what you're trying to accomplish and that sort of thing. So we had a meeting on the beanbags.
We did
in the showroom.
Yeah.
And we just talked a little bit more, and then you said, or you proposed, like, hey, like, obviously because it's July now, a short time period, August is right around the corner, like, let me help you get through your rush, August and September, and then we can figure out the rest from there. So what I really didn't realize at that time was that by hiring Angela, I was hiring her company.
Yep.
So they came and executed. This is Lisa. We have Margot. So she brought, like, not just herself, but a small team of people.
Yeah.
And I always joke around. I'm like, oh, when we're introducing people who are coming through the dealership or into the office, I'm like, oh, this is my assistant Angela, and that's my assistant's assistant Lisa. So it makes for good jokes and stuff
It does.
in the dealership too.
We just
But I think what was incredible was, especially during rush time, right? During August, I mean, we sold, as you guys know, we sold 291 scooters. I mean, there were days where we were selling 30 plus scooters a day. And it was insane. We had team members literally like passing. Well, they didn't literally pass out, but they came pretty close to passing out. They were on the bean bags. These young ladies were running around handing water to everybody. I felt like, for me personally, like I know for a fact that I was in better shape and condition because, Lisa would run up to me with the water and be like, here, Angela said you have to drink this now. And it wasn't only just to me, but it's to everybody, all the team members. And I even remember at one point, I think Casey was working on the computer, right?
She wouldn't stop.
She didn't have time to stop because she was doing sale after sale after sale after sale. And she did not have time to stop. And I think, was it you?
Yeah,
or
I peeled
you
the
like
banana.
peeled the banana
It
and
was like feeding it to her.
feeding it to her while she's typing and while there's a customer right there. And
The customer was like, man, that's service. I'm like, well, we take care of you. we're also taking care of our team members. We need to.
Yeah, so like
So.
from taking care of the team, and not only that, but managing. We had a buffet every single day, so right out there in the hallway where those scooters are.
And we had
And,
gotten like input from each of the staff, like giving.
Oh yeah, you
them-
guys had sent out surveys to everybody. What kind of
We
food do you
did.
like? What kind of snacks do you like?
Yeah.
What kind of drinks do you like?
Right, because we
And
wanted
so we
to
had
get there.
everything that the team could want during like crazy. Given the fact that they were working their butts off.
Right, because they came in earlier than normal, stayed later, and they didn't get the normal breaks that they were, typically used to. And
Right.
so, in trying to even surprise them
So
with
during
some things.
yeah, so during that time in August, like the team does not leave the dealership. Whereas right now we will take an hour lunch break. We go in kind of shifts and stuff like that, but that does not happen during the rush weeks in
Yeah.
August.
They're kind of-
Everybody stays here, and you go scarf food when you have 5 minutes.
Right.
That's the way it is.
We're
I'm very
running
blessed to
back.
have a team that's willing to do that. It's also nice that we provide nice lunch.
Right.
So like they get a benefit out of it too, but and we allow them to work through it. They don't have to clock out, so
Right.
you get paid to eat lunch as well, even though it's fast.
It was.
Very
well,
fast.
and checking on them throughout, like, it was slammed inside of the showroom. But, back here, they're assembling scooters all over the place and just constantly even keeping them hydrated. And, like, you would hear, like, oh, I wish we would have that. And so, like, making those, even though we had all been here from 8 to 9 o'clock and we're, like, rushing to Publix on the way back in on the
Right.
morning or home to pick up those little things that just to make their next day possible, and just saying, hey, we cared enough to pick up a little extra to keep trucking along, because again, you care enough to extend it out to them. So it was really cool to see.
And so, I mean, there's obviously a lot of benefit to it for the team, but not only that, but from a customer's perspective, I thought it was fantastic because, all of our team members were busy. And it's not that we don't want to greet the next customer walking in the door or assist the next customer walking in the door. But when you're selling that many scooters and you have 300 people picking up their scooter from storage,
On top of
and
it all.
you have people coming back from summer break who did not store their scooter, so they left it out all summer. They're trying to check their scooter in for service. You got all these different things going on. I mean, just to have the extra hands you guys were also handing out waters to customers and making sure that the water coolers and the water cart and everything would stay full. I love the greetings, just say, hey guys, like welcome, like, obviously all of our salespeople are with somebody right now. It's a little bit crazy, but here's a bottle of water. Feel free to take a look around, and as soon as I can get a sales associate to help you, we'll get somebody right over. And I thought that was awesome because it just kind of took our customer service level. We preach the UCE, the ultimate customer experience. I believe that just took it up a whole another level during the craziest time of the year.
Right.
Anyway, so we get through the chaos of August, and it was mid-September, I think, right?
Yeah,
And
wrapping things down.
things were, it's still busy, but
It
it
was.
wasn't insane or like pulling our hair out. And was it one night after work?
Yeah, I was wrapping things down, getting ready to leave. We
Yeah,
were
not-
a few left. I think we were at the it.
Yeah, we were like,
Yeah.
okay. So there's only a couple of us left here, and I just remember turning to Angela being like, I don't want this to end. Like, what do we have to do to make sure that this doesn't stop? So we made that work.
Yeah, we did.
So I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it works.
Now, the thing that a lot of people have been asking me, and I would love to get your answer on this, is the biggest challenge. Because here's the hiccup, if there is any hiccup in it, right? It's the fact that this young woman is a business owner herself.
I am.
So she's running her own company
I do.
while trying to be the assistant
To you.
to Colin Austin.
On top of it all. Yeah.
Global entrepreneur who is going,
Whose mind
who's going to
is
be, whose brain is all over the place,
constantly
going
throwing
to be
out
making
ideas.
huge things happen. And so you got to do both. So how do you do that?
balance, time management.
You're really good at time
Yeah,
management.
I am. And delegation. Because having a team who I can prioritize with what they're doing is so much easier
So
for me.
It very often goes like this. Angela, I need you to do this. And then she goes, Lisa, I need you to do
Don't
that.
always. I do some.
Yeah.
There are things like when I make copies, I'm like, here, please trim that down. I think, though, keeping him calm at times, I think, and I think that's where, like, that mothering instinct and I have a degree in counseling, and I use that to keep you calm. And it's not
I love that.
and not in a bad reflection. I just know that, as owners and as humans, we all, like, have a weakness. And I know that, it's something that we all work on weakness. We all have strengths.
I would
And
definitely
think-
say my weakness is that I react to a lot of
You
situations
do.
versus respond.
Yes.
And I mean, we were talking about it the other day, but it might not have made it into the episode. I mean, like if something happens and it like and I've gotten much better over
Yes.
the years.
Well,
like,
even-
I think the entire team will agree that I've gotten much better over
But
the years.
even
with
the
it.
time that from when I've started to now, you've actually grown. But I feel like I can redirect you some and be like, stop, focus,
Right.
breathe.
Right.
All right, let's
And pray.
and pray. Like,
I mean, there's
let's
like
just
I remember during like the chaos where I just felt like
and I prayed over you.
everything was just
during-
like falling apart.
I'm like,
Nothing- there's
stop.
those days where everything's just falling apart, nothing's going right, and I'm just like exhausted beyond belief. These are the things that sometimes the team members have a pretty good idea, but whatever hours they're putting in, I'm usually putting in more.
Right.
And
Sometimes they have to be reminded.
and then customers not seeing that we're here early in the morning
Right.
and here late at night and going through 13 straight days without stopping and it being very exhausted days.
Right.
Like you break down.
You do.
Like I mean I was done.
Right.
And just to have that, I mean, just to stop, take a breath, say a prayer together, I love it. So stay calm and scoot on.
That's
There was a day where and I feel really terrible about this now. But one of the days, I think we weren't anticipating it being as chaotic as it was, and you were in Tallahassee.
Oh yes, I was taking my daughter back to school.
And I'm like
It
calling her,
was bad here.
having.
You were having.
I wasn't having I was having a meltdown.
No, you were. My staff
I was
said
having,
he was having a meltdown. And so I was on my way to Tallahassee. I got my daughter set up. We went out that night and celebrated with her and a couple friends. And I went and I slept for 2 hours. And I drove back in that morning and came and surprised you. And I told you I was coming
Yeah.
back.
That was awesome.
And so, and that
So she
day
came
was
back during the-
absolutely nuts too.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was, but
From me personally, I think the biggest challenge has been like understanding, and it's not like, I mean, we knew this, like we had this going into it, was knowing that you are a business owner,
yep,
knowing that she's not going to be around all the time.
yep.
So I think the one thing that I don't like is that when there's like that one thing that I really want to get done like that at that minute,
Then
it's
I'm
like,
not.
man, like she's not here. But those are so rare in comparison to all of the incredible things that it's worth it. And the one thing that I think we do really well to kind of get around that is having that Trello board where we can,
Yeah.
or just being able to go back and forth. We use Slack a lot.
Yep.
So we like communicate like, hey, I really need to get this done, and if I give her a task, whether it doesn't really matter what it is, whether it's small or super big, she's gonna get it done.
And we communicate.
yeah.
I mean, and even if it's early in the morning or at late, I still am communicating because I think that has to happen in my
Yeah.
world.
So what's the
And
best
so-
part about being here?
I am learning so much from you, and I think there's like not only
Oh,
yes
so
that
sweet. Don't lie.
like no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, but just like there's this relationship, yes, that, I'm your assistant, but also there's like this mentoring, like, even as business owners, there's things that we learn from each other that, you have to grow, and it's not always the fun part of our job, but, there's always the yuck part of it too.
Yeah.
And it's neat to see that, there's different parts of front of the house, there's the back of the house, the people. But I mean, I know they nickname, Mom Angela or Mama Angela. And I'm like, true. I am one of the older ones. I'm older than you even. We laugh. But, Hannah texted me yesterday and I wasn't quite in. And she's like, do you have such and such? And I'm like, yes, I'll be in soon. But they know that I've got things, or, I didn't know about this, or how do I handle that, or it's neat to know how welcoming and how easy it has been to be like brought in to the family. But learning the business side, I mean, as a much smaller business and very different with doing event planning, I sell, but not like I don't have a product. I mean, I sell a service.
Right.
So very different. But it's still, dealing with customers all day, in my business and handling a ton of phone calls and, but I do a lot more on emails and I can handle that and kind of, separate, and I just juggle with my appointments. I try to schedule them more in the morning or in the afternoon, so then I'm here during the bulk of the time.
Look, I'll be the first to admit that I'm not perfect,
Nor am I.
but I work my ass off, and I had never experienced anything like we had experienced during that time. And to put this back in perspective for any of you guys watching, the year before, which we considered crazy, so in August of 2015, and we thought that was nuts, we sold 176 scooters. Our goal for 2016 was 194, I think. Right, Mike?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Our goal was 194, and we did 291.
Yeah.
So it was just,
Epic.
we did such a great job given the fact that we weren't really prepared for that.
Yeah.
So I am extremely blessed to have Angela as part of our team. Blessed to have all these guys on our team. Having an assistant has allowed me to get off all the little to-do things that I shouldn't be focused on, and has allowed me to be more focused on the revenue driving things.
Yeah.
So everything that I've been working on in the last few months has been the golf carts, a new product line, new service, buymyscooter.com,
Yeah.
Focused on that, trying to see if we're going to have the ability to do the renovations, and if we can, because that would obviously have a storefront, and storefront would be a revenue generating business.
I've had more family time.
More family time, which is always a blessing.
Yeah.
So, and then we do a good job of like scheduling in Schaefer soccer games, and we talked a
Yes.
little bit about that already in the previous episode. But yes, that stuff is critical and very important to me. And so right now I'm focused on revamping the rental program,
Yes, we
and
talked
just
about that, yeah.
there's all these things that I'm focused on, and they're all revenue generating
Right.
things, which
Things
is
that
awesome.
you need to be.
Right.
Your due diligence is to grow this company and to find the revenue and to know what vehicles it's going to take to get there. And if you're constantly pulled out to put out fires or to do things that isn't going to propel the company to get there, then you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
It's awesome. So anybody who's thinking about hiring a personal assistant, I will say, as long as you find the right person, it's awesome. So you got to find the right person, but it will save you time. It'll keep you focused on the things that you want to be working on. Oh, and another benefit is as the company grows, it's very difficult. Even in this vlog, I'm terrible with dates. Like, I can never remember what day it is. And
Today would be Friday.
And
the 7th.
my team
Yes.
knows. I love my team, and I know that anniversaries and birthdays and all of these things are so important. They're important to me. I just don't ever know what day it is. So I want even having help in terms of like making sure that we're doing something special for those team members. Somebody has somebody in the hospital, or somebody's going through a tough time, helping with getting flowers sent, and these things that a caring organization should do. Like, I mean, like I love that. I just love that, and I love being able to show team members that, hey, like, we are here, we are thinking about you, we're sorry that you're going, or if it's a celebration, we're so glad you've been here this long, stay longer. We're, happy
quick to
birthday,
throw
we're
the
so
party.
glad you're getting older. That means Colin's getting older, though.
I know.
But all those things are awesome as well. So it's awesome. So I'm really grateful you're here. I hope that like helps a lot of you who have been asking me all. Now it's great. Everybody be like, so how's it going with your personal assistant? Episode 5. Go watch it.
Check it out.
That's what number we're on, right?
If
6?
not, we'll
I
have
don't
to
know.
edit that.
But being able to just be like, yeah, go watch this and see all this. So
That's good.
anything else?
Did we miss anything?
I don't think so.
She's still stuffing each
You
her
did a
bags.
great job.
She
I bought
gave
all this candy.
approval.
Yeah,
kids.
he bought all of those.
For the kids.
For the kids. He's giving them cavities.
So that's it.
We're out.
Back to work.
Back to work.
Yes.